future. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being with us. We're going to take a quick little breather and show you about a show that my guy down here, Mr. Nicholas Rosario, is on Tuesday nights, The Roundtable.
Who that
Yeah, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Let's Talk Football, The Roundtable, Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern.
Yes, yeah, Nick? That's about 7:30 Central. Yeah, that's about the time we shoot for. You got it. You're right.
Yeah,
sometimes things happen, but 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, sure. That's about right. Basically, when Dylan has to go to bed for school the next night, so I could never have it. Yes. Oh, who said that? Who said that? No.
Wow.
Just kidding, brother. Anytime you want to come on.
Still own you?
Anytime you want to come on.
What was the score last week?
The Pack. Yeah, we know. Like I said,
only 9
I was realistic. Yes, I know. I was realistic. I said I thought would be, I thought if we could start the season 2-2, we'd be okay. So far, we're 1-1, and we got the Texans this week, so who knows?
I will say the interesting stat I saw is that Justin Fields so far this year has the most time in the pocket out of any quarterback in the league.
He does. That's what's so crazy about why they're not throwing more. He's getting the protection he needs. And it's also one of his problems is that I've noticed watching the last few games, he does hesitate a little bit. He's got to get the ball out a little quicker on some of these passes.
He's got to throw it to Cole Kmet has no catches this season. Darnell Mooney has 2 catches.
Mooney's got 3 or 2. Yeah, it's terrible. It's like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here?
And look,
throw the ball.
I'm going to be very honest with you. From what every one of the commentators, a lot of our hosts, a lot of people have been saying from the beginning of what to expect from Chicago, even though they lost, they looked good. That defense looked good. Montgomery, he was great when he was in the game. And then all of a sudden, it's like they took him out. Like,
yeah, sometimes you do quit. It is a first-year head coach, so sometimes you go, what are you doing, Matt? That was working. Yeah. Like you said, Montgomery was running, and then again, it just, I don't know. Like I said, first-year coaches sometimes they got to go through their growing pains as well and figure stuff out, and hopefully they don't make those same mistakes again. But again, we got a Houston team that's beatable. We'll see what kind of offensive game plan they come out with this week. They really do need to let Justin air the ball out. They got to throw more. I mean, they just do. Again, Montgomery and Herbert are great, for what they do, but you got to throw the ball, man. It's the NFL.
Put it up.
Gotta throw it.
Absolutely. Look, but speaking of the team that did win, they are playing in the late games. And this week's game of the week, the Packers are playing the Buccaneers. I'm going to bring Dylan's brother Colin back in on this one, but I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you, Dylan. Your quarterback, Mr. Discount Double Check, that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, is going against probably the only quarterback that he might look up to, Mr. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Talk to me about this one. It said that you don't have any receivers in Green Bay. We know that Tom doesn't have any receivers because of an altercation and Godwin being out. And Julio, right. So is this going to be a running back duel? Like, what's going to happen today, Dylan?
I really hope we run the ball more, especially I love AJ Dillon, but we're giving him so many we're giving him 12, 13, 14 carries while we're giving Aaron Jones only 10 carries a game, while Aaron Jones is averaging 9 yards a carry and we're not giving him the ball. I don't understand why. he's second in the league in rushing average behind DeAndre Swift, who's somehow averaging 10 yards a carry, which is nuts.
Yeah.
But Aaron Jones last week was just absolutely killing the Bears, and because we kept giving him the ball and he kept making huge plays the entire time. So if we can just give Aaron Jones the ball and let him do what he needs to do, I think it'll be just fine for us.
And see, I think that's interesting because that's a question, and I'm going to come to you, Nick, and I'm being realistic on this. The running game, when Aaron Jones, like you said, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, that running game was what was seriously like gashing the Bears. Y'all had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You had Aaron Rodgers on his back a lot of that game. Is this issue with the wide receivers? Because you look like you guys had that stuff set. Is this going to be a bigger problem?
The thing is, it's a bigger problem for both teams right now. Because again, I know, he got Alan Lazard back there in Green Bay, but you still don't have guys who are. I don't think he's 100% confident in all these guys throwing him the ball. Because Rodgers is the veteran and he realizes, again, even the passes like that, watching the Bears game and the passes that he did complete and stuff, they weren't killing us in the passing game. Like you said, the running game is what crippled us. And the thing with Brady and the Buccaneers is that his receivers are all hurt. And again, I think really what this comes down to, and I think Dillon has something here. If Green Bay's really on their game, they're going to run the ball. I know that the Buccaneers have a better running defense than a lot of teams, but that's your bread and butter right now.
Ingram last week, though.
Right.
Well, they did, but I'm just saying overall, though, they're still one of the better run defense teams in the league. But my thing is this. You're going to wear out Leonard Fournette at this rate because, again, he's going to have to pick up a lot of the slack for not having receivers. I know they signed Cole Beasley, and he'll probably play. So, you could look at that and go, okay, that's a little bit of help. But I just think the running game is probably going to determine this game today because you've got Dillon and Jones on one side and you got Fournette on the other. And I think those guys are going to be called upon this week to really take on a heavy load, with a lot of the receivers out on both sides. So
yeah. And look, Nathan, we saw what happened a week ago. We talked about the running game. The score was 3-3 for a good portion of the Saints versus Tampa Bay game a week ago, but that defense showed up and they dominated. I mean, is this going to be a defensive battle today?
Well, I mean, the last previous matches with Tampa and New Orleans has always come down.
True.
Now, when you don't really you look at Tampa side, have Mike Evans, you're going to have around Fournette. No, I see New Orleans definitely change up defensive schemes a lot, and Jameis has seen Tampa last year a little bit, so they should be familiar how to beat Tampa throwing the ball. So, I mean, Tampa this year has been hampered with injuries. I think they lost. I think Donovan Smith's still out. I mean, I think this is a Tampa team. I don't even think it's going to make the playoffs.
Ooh.
It's just injuries. Even though the team, Tom Brady, he's going to put up great numbers, but the injuries, and now the NFC East and South. That's now I believe I don't see it.
Okay. I can dig it. Somebody threw us a like on that one. Some Brady hate in the building. Oh man, yeah. But look, hey, we know what this is. Okay, Colin, we know this is. You can put the running backs in. We give you the defenses and the receivers and this and that. This is Mr. Badman Discount Double Check versus the GOAT. Brady versus Rodgers. What are you expecting from these two quarterbacks today? Is this going to be a shootout, or are we going to see a 3-3 like we saw a week ago?
Well, yeah, again, you bring that up. These are two of the greatest quarterbacks we have. We have Throw Rogan and the Cheater going against each other.
Wow.
I'm just saying. And again, the lack of receivers is really going to have this weird situation for these teams to be in. They have great running backs on both sides. Well, they have Leonard Fournette, he was great, and then he sucked, and now he's good again. I don't know what to make of Leonard Fournette. He's there. Aaron Jones is on the other side. We have good run games. We have good defenses. We don't really have the passing attack from either team because we had Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore having their third UFC fight. And on the other side, we just have the Packers who are hampered with injuries and the lack of Devontae Adams. I could see it turning into a shootout only if there's like specific things that happen. I think it would have to come from the run game. I think they would have to have their running backs break out these long runs, and the quarterbacks are only throwing to get first downs and like just driving down the field. But it could still be a shootout because these are two really good teams on paper. And so far this season, they've been really good. Even though the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should be 1-1 because there were a few wishy-washy penalties against the Saints in that last game that pushed them down the field on some select drives.
And can we really give them credit? I mean, they got a bye week in week 1. I mean, they played the Cowboys.
Yeah, they played the Cowboys. We them boys. You are not them boys.
No, you are not.
But yeah, I could see it turning into a shootout. But what I think is going to happen, I don't think it's going to be like the 3-3 slugfest we saw last week, but I do think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game around like 19-17, something like that. And I really, really think that, the run game is going to be a big part. The defenses will step up. And I don't think we get a good performance out of either quarterback on either side.
Okay. I can dig it. Now, look. Let's go around really quickly and give our scores. This is our game of the week. We're going to try to preview a game every single week. I'm going to start. I'm going to say 20-17. Aaron Rodgers gets the job done late with a field goal, not a touchdown. I think he gets the job, but they meet again in the playoffs. But I think, like you guys, it's going to be a running game. Dylan, what you think?
I think Aaron Jones has a very good game. I think Alan Lazard bounced back with missing the first week and only having 2 catches, I think, last week. And I think the Packers win 28-23.
Ooh, I like that. Mr. I want to smoke. Nick, what you got, buddy?
I'm going to go Buccaneers 24-21.
Okay. I can see it. Absolutely. Yeah. Mr. Maryland Terrapin, who incidentally, I got to say this, my guy, if you have not gone back and watched I'm calling him Let's Talk Football. If you have not gone back and watched Big Nate Sports Talk, you called the score. If I'm not mistaken, Nathan, you said it was going to be 35-28.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the actual score was 35-27. Now I understand they lost, but I'm going to tell you something. I believe in Talia. When he got them to score, no, but I'm serious. When he got them to the end zone and they tied it at 10, and he went up in the big house and had his helmet off, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I can ride with you, buddy. I can ride with you. So shout out to your Maryland. I got to get it in there at some point. But what do you think about this game, man? Oh, I got you. Yeah.
30-24 Saints.
Ooh, you mean
Huh?
Packers?
Saints?
Packers playing Tampa.
I'm sorry. 27-24 Packers.
Okay. I can see it. Oh, Bobby said, man, I wanted the Terps to beat Michigan yesterday. Oh, I did too. I actually did too. And it would have been nice in the big house. Baby Tua. We need to call that man Talia. He ain't the baby. He about to overtake Tua. Sorry, Bobby. Colin, what is your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win Packers Bucks? What you got?
I have the Packers winning in overtime, 19-16. I think it's going to be one of those games that comes down to the wire and it's close the whole game.
Ooh, overtime, 19-16. I don't know if I want to watch that one. We shall see. Well, we shall see. Yo. So, hey, that is our game of the week. We'll have a better little graphic for you next week or something like that. But we're going to pick one game each week. This one is obviously GOAT versus Mr. 1-4 in the NFC Championship. Yeah. Nick, I knew you'd like that one.
Oh, of course I like that one. Come on, it's a great stat.
He said
the better is that the only win is against the Bears.
That's fine. You know what?
Moving on.
That's fine. That's all right. No, it's okay. Like I said, have your time now because in about 2 years, when Jordan Love takes over, you guys are going to go back to being irrelevant.
Jordan Love is the highest passer rating in the league right now.
Oh, for what?
Yeah, for playing 2 games. Yeah, get out of here, man.
4 for 5.
Don't you got some chemistry homework to do or something?
Back. Look, I just want to look. All right, hold up. Colin, you're the big brother, okay? You have gone through this before your little brother will go through it. You had the great Big Ben, and now you have what? I don't know. Yeah.
Dumpster fire.
So I just want you to show brotherly love when Aaron finally does step away or takes a
That's
crazy
right.
contract across the country and plays somewhere else.
The Packers are the
He's
80s
going to
stuck.
take a contract for the
Giants.
Stuck
XFL.
again.
He's going to the Giants.
He's
I'm calling it now. He's going to the Giants.
Outright trade. Aaron
Wow.
Rodgers for Daniel Jones.
Daniel
Let's
Jones.
go.
There you go.
So I want you to work with your little brother when he has to go through what most of us have to go through. Except
right.
Nathan. Nathan doesn't have to go through that.
I mean,
It's coming.
Washington's never had to go through it because they've never had a good enough quarterback for it.
Okay.
Oh,
See that?
wow.
See,
There you go.
apparently, there's only one Walsh on this show now. We will not talk about. We will not have Washington slander on this show. All right.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.